again. He can stack 20% damage amp in lane. 20% from minute 1 he can stack 20% damage amp. You buy 6k items that do that, and he's 8 minutes in, so... Oh, this annoying Spirit Breaker, just zoning him away from any chance of a rune. But Io's come in, there's another power shot. Relax, cool. And down goes the Sand King and the Shadow Demon almost immediately. This Vengey needs to be careful. There's the Refresher Orb coming out to get the Tombstone down to give the vision for Team Radiant. They are thinking about it.
That's got it. That's a 3. I think that's actually the 3k gold lead, is actually just from those kills. Systematically eliminated across the map. That is insane.
Yeah.
It's like a known quantity. To get 6,000 gold out of a banner, I feel like is really, really hard. So you're 100% right, they should have just waited for the Roche to go top. Because like a free Ags on this Ursa, he can never die.
You'd pop the Lincolns, but that bear is still running at you, and out comes Tombstone, which is going to give him the vision he needs. Abyssal Blade keeps you in place for just a second, and Huncho, ooh, you need to be careful, mate, he's invisible.
Like fine, because he has an Ags. 2-7 Tiny.
But
Huncho's the only one having like a reasonable game.
It's this XP differential. You've got 18 coming out on Gachi, 18...
Mid. Necrophos can be a mid, Necrophos can be a 1. I know Gachi's played it in the past, so it's incredibly flexible on the AU Rejects draft, and I honestly couldn't tell you how it's going to shake out. What I reckon they will...
Especially when you've got the cow stacking up on top. Who did? Yeah, the cow did 1,300 damage. Good. The cow did 1,300 damage. God,
the last pick Zeus has really paid off here. The vision game.
Well, things porting in.
Oh my.
They don't have vision of the axe yet, but if he's not careful, they're about to. Reverie looking, the Sand King's...
Stop him. And top lane, there's going to be like a bit of actual play. 2 Universals on Radiance, both ranged. It's a lot of damage. You can catch anyone off guard. Even Reverie and RFA 900 during a big fight. The Aghanim's aura also gets really bigger, so Heartstop aura's only got like an 840 radius, and that just builds up to...
Deuce! That is such...
43 on winching as well. That's very impressive.
Wow-wee, what a game! What an absolute game! Nuts.
It doesn't show. Hopefully they don't like have a triple lane stomp into a 20-minute match. I'm expecting some good, healthy Dota here, some good team fights. I don't know, maybe just Brawlhalla. Something everyone can enjoy.
Snapper likes to fire her ult here, but she's next to a troll that has his own ult. Toss forward onto the other heroes to get a little bit of a stun. The good comes out to root him in place, and now Tiny's caught out of position by Andros, and he is gone as well. Here, Team AU Rejects looking for the finish.
They're not confident to go for the throne, it seems. Almost a butterfly on the Venge, but I don't even think it's going to happen.
Not much of a gap. Oh, they're looking. They're looking. Axe is here, gets the blink call once again, throws the Dagon out and drops the... I mean, he is on Team Spirit, arguably one of the best teams in the entire world, so let's see if Huncho can replicate the big lull plays, dude. So, which team are you...
I also got a comment on OD ban again for AU Rejects. They definitely don't want Huncho George on his final pick, Outlaw Devourer.
What is it with all these, like, sweaty... four times now? For 3 or 4 times? He's not...
I think that's the one.
Yeah, he's not as far behind as he should be. You know, it's still 1,000 gold off of his off of his Zags. I see RFA's elected to go for the Aether Lens. I like the first item Aether Lens on the Shadow Demon as well.
It's rough.
Just allows you to play the fights from the back line. Okay.
No, he didn't. He had 18
The bear
before.
is on top of Huncho. Huncho suddenly is inside that disruption, but it's just enough for him to get out of there. The Moo Cow is still charging though. Wills to run, but that's a little cheeky kill to the bear there.
First hit bash, man.
What I was gonna say,
Playing against a Spirit Breaker, a Troll, and a Mars is going to be almost impossible to have a lot of like momentum and actually play well with the win. So I'm honestly not sure why they picked it here. But this kind of does lock in their picks.
Raccoon decides to just get on top of this Sand King as quick as he can. Out comes the Tombstone, and all of a sudden Huncho might be in a little bit of trouble. Winching is running straight at him, but does he have the damage to deal with him? Down comes the Zeus ult, and kills on him. Well, let's have a look. Only 3 showing for his kills.
31.
Holy!
That's a lot.
46 assists on the Zeus. Out! They might take Wing Xing as a return. Here comes the big toss. Ooh, it's just enough to secure that kill. But the bear jumps in. Hold on. The bear is hunting.
He's not for tower aggro. He's got to be very careful here. One of the oldest players.
Did you after last night, because I did shout it out on stream, have you signed my petition to have Hoodwink removed from the game? And everyone out there in Twitch chat, I do have the petition up, so please go and get that hero. Dota, and in my opinion, possibly the best hero in all of Dota. This hero does so much. Okay, first of all, the illusion damage buffed. Phenomenal. We already knew disruption.
Zero combo. I think it just depends on the mid laner's confidence. If he has, like, say, a skill advantage, or if he's even on skill. And it also really depends on if he wants to play Shadow Fiend or if
King. This might be the first time we actually catch it live leak, live on camera. This Axe bullying. Oh, maybe not bullying the Wolfling as the Tiny arrives to try and save him here. It looks like Tiny's decided to throw himself away.
That's alright. The whole goal is to get farm without like showing on the map and without like putting yourself in danger. But he's just not able to do it because the cow will just charge through and insta-kill his illusions no matter what.
Not just his damage, so allies as well.
I see.
So I mean that Shadow, that Spirit Breaker dies a lot earlier if he does have Promial Gate there. But again, he let it sit there and not get casted. So here I am once again to yell into your ears, and this time I'll be yelling into White Glint's ears. White Glint, do you want to say hello?
Fast.
Oh, Reload comes in. Invoker in a bit of trouble, and out comes that Necro ult.
Stoke is down. He got him again. He's getting caught out. No. Forward. Getting at bottom's fine too, but it doesn't have like the same momentum that they want.
That was 900 gold to that Tiny as well. That's a lot of gold going the way of a hungry little support. Although
Game squad built up from the lanes.
You know, I'm not surprised that Die was caught off guard by that play because it shocked me so hard I couldn't get my words out to just see action somewhere. Zeus, with his little Mario jump, is springing away into those trees because all of a sudden the enemy team is on the hunt. There is a charge at the moon cow. Vengeance, says Reverie. I want this cow. I can't let Dota, dude. What an absolutely phenomenal game of Dota. And what a phenomenal co-caster you've been for me as well, White Clint. Huge, big Dota brain in that head of yours, hey?
Thank you for having.
But we do have answers for the Morphling, right? We talked about Axe Blink. Axe Blink is one of the hardest counters, but hey, just to sidestep once more towards Shadow Demon, one of my favorite heroes. The owner's out now as well from the Invoker, and that Tiny is doing his best to slip away. Raccoon pushes the Invoker off, but now Raccoon might be in trouble depending on how this Rubik plays. There is a Zeus ult, and down goes the Morph. The Morph must have been top and got called by the Axe, I imagine. I didn't see it, but I imagine we'll see those.
I would have to imagine so, right?
Massively. But it just needs to be saved for the defense in a losing game. And I keep seeing him like grabbing Gachi or grabbing the Axe or grabbing the Spirit. May just be able to deal with it. Axe has got looking bottom. He wants this Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit doesn't catch him. Oh, beautiful call. Finds her in the trees. Huge prediction there, and Johnny goes.
But we don't have an expected winner, I wouldn't say, out of any of these. It could really go any way between like the top 3 or even the top 5.
So put me in the mindset of...
Let's counter the Axe's ability to like backlane like this, so I'm not sure why he was trying to do that. If you get put on the ball once, you lose the entire creep wave aggro. And there's like... I don't know.
Okay.
Young Harold has Blink now. That is how impactful that engagement was for him. This is the Tiny who had phase boots at like 12 minutes, now has Blink before 15. I told you, he's a comeback king.
Gonna walk away here.
1200 HP, I don't think he's dying there.
Jesus, also
He's getting a lot of farm here. I gotta give him credit on the Axe.
And hyper cannon, and I.
Oh my god!
I love that name so much, dude. Give me more Tasmanian hyper cannons and less.
He's got his Yashikaya, 2 parts of it, Aghanims. He's just keen.
Looks like they don't really call this bluff, right? Like, the Sand King ult is up there. He's got an Eternal Shroud. He can live against that Zeus. But they've just been... Looks like they're looking at that Snapfire. They don't want to be chronoed and have the Snapfire just rain down hell on them. So, I get it. And also, even just, like, the relocation keeps that faceless. Now he gets tossed up in front of the tower, and there's a whole lot of damage coming out, but he's fast enough to click onto the creep to stop the tower aggro. Big screen comes out, and the potion saves him! Well played!
Wowie.
Big old juicy... By the way...
Oh, I've been disconnected.
Oh, looks like they're doing what they can to get on top of Johnny once again. Johnny running as fast as he can, and they do manage to get him. Huncho pops the ult and jumps in, but that damage just doesn't seem to matter. For captain of this division, you've got these 7 teams, all pretty spooky. How are you preparing? Are you watching Riyadh at the moment? Because obviously, if you're interested in Dota at all, you're
in these early...
charge comes out, and they found Raccoon again. Raccoon playing forward. The relo is coming in, and in comes our big... Oh my god, if that toss damage is just...
That's it. My god, that does so much damage as well.
So was he just...
He only did 700... It was half health, I think. And he got cleaned.
Nice. God, Tiny does so much damage.
I don't think we're going to see a Spirit Breaker game 2. I don't think we're going to see an IO game 2. They're going to maybe try and limit them with their mobility around the map. So I reckon these
these guys maybe in the finals, and you are unlucky enough to not make it to the finals, which I think is very unlikely. I've seen your Gyro. Your Gyro is going to rip all the way to the finals. But if you're not, and these guys make it, maybe I'll hit you up again to... But hey, I've been wrong before.
I'd say he needs to get active around the 15-minute mark with his Shard. He needs to purchase Radiance and Shard on the dot at 15 if he wants to have any hope of winning this. It's
big. A little bit of extra mana regen for the rest of the game. He'll love that.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
Troll.
these fights keep going, the Dire just seem to be getting so much more out of them than the Radiant. Every fight that Dire wins is like a 3.
Ricochet. So we get the Rubik 5. So Snap does elect to be the position 3.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's going to be a whole lot of play in this bottom lane, as long as and aftershock. And there was some interaction there that would permanently lock people into a stun. So hopefully they don't pick a punch and we don't see that sort of action. Hey, Troll comes out. Okay. Well, this high ground looks a little bit easier for Team Radiant. They are thinking about it.
Just like
oh my god, that is a phenomenal. Oh, this IO. The IO gank is here, and then we see the tiny toss, and that is an enormous amount of damage. They try for the beach ball play. It doesn't really play off. The troll holders out. Can he get the root? No. Then as well towards Dire. That's a lot of XP. That is a whole lot of XP.
Yeah. As well as young Howard was playing, he's just not going to get. If you put the Showdown ulti on the Ursa, you can even get the Ags for a break. The Ursa, the only way he can actually like get the short end of the demonic purge.
Do you want to talk to just talk to Sadist for me for a second? Why we've seen a resurgence in Necro?
Sadist. Oh, right. Okay. So the profane potent, right? It breaks the way you want to play Dota. It just doesn't work anymore.
Here we go.
Smoke Tiny is getting a lot of like push bottom, but the cow just like
you need to be careful because your teleport just got interrupted, and needs to be a little bit more careful. This Morphling is going to be having nightmares. He's going to be waking up in hot sweats with this big red grin in his face. Wisdom gets stolen in the Dire off lane, toss back, and when you see this hero played well, is there anyone on AU Rejects that plays Brood well? Are they banning it just because it's meta, or are they?
Gooby and Gachi, 100%. Those two players, even tier list time. I think a lot of people have
got their own.
They've
got their own tier list, exactly. But what I want to say is, put me in the boots.
Get a bit sleepy because they kind of like imploded off the lanes, but game 2, oh my.
Spicy, absolutely spicy. Well, I'll tell you what, if I do end up casting much in these team fights, we keep pissing Suns. They need to deal with him as fast as they can. Gabala goes in, whiffs the call, and Huncho is just out of there. But Zeus is still on the sideline and doing a whole bunch of damage. This time Rev comes in, and he doesn't get dunked because the dunk has been wasted on someone else. Huncho, caught. Which there's a charge onto Johnny, and Johnny is not going to see that cow coming through the trees. He's punching him. He does have the ult, so he sends him back to his team. And is his team going to get there in time? Yeah, of course they are. It's Zeus. Zeus doesn't even need to end. Maybe I'm wrong. But what I was going to say is that you see a lot of this in Australia, the respect that comes out, the, hey, this hero, we know what you can do in it, and we're not giving it to you. Even in the intermediate division, I've been casting a bit of that. A perfect example, though, immediately follow with the Snapfire, because they know what they want to do. And then within 0.5 seconds, the Mars comes out. So is that just research? Is that knowledge? These teams know each other?
Yeah, so this is a bit of the teams knowing each other. Like, that from the Tormentor?
Charge in on the Sand King.
They have another save.
Looks like he just decides to speed away, but the smoke comes out and it's not caught on any vision. So if they find someone here, they and the troll might have to pop ult here if he wants to have any chance of surviving it. Though I don't think he can survive. I think he decides to try and take someone out with him, and it's going to be Gabala. Huge!
Oh, the mech!
Oh, the mech! Big save! Stops that from Reverie. The Reverie has not switched to strength. He's taking so much damage, and that is a big spooky bear. The stun comes out, and they are going to let him live for now. Swap? No. Swap's on cooldown.
5-second cooldown?
He's still winning his lane, so who am I to judge? Shadow Demon, best hero. Absolutely best.
That's his innate ability, right? That gives you the 2% stacking.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay.
No way, they almost lost Reverie for that. That would be so nuts if he died there. Wowee.
But here comes another charge onto Johnny. Killing. Smoke breaks.
He blinks.
And he blinks
He
away.
Insane.
A lot of
And now he
wasted
gets an
time.
ancient stack, and he wastes 3 players' time for nothing. That's like a 500 gold swing in itself, right? That's a kill you thought you were. A really good time with the Radiance. He's done a lot of work with it, and then he just spends 2k gold on it.
Speaking of this troll, toss back from Young Harold, throws the troll directly at Gabala. Out comes a huge shot there. Throws 2 heroes of Team Radiant into this Mars arena with the big blood sport. There's no saving them. They're stuck in there. They're freaking out because everyone freaks out when they're in a Mars ult. Hunter's down here. Did they scout him on this ward? Yeah, they did now. Okay.
They see him now. Yeah, this is another good ward. As you can see, the Dire has almost the exact same ward play. These are big kills. They're feeding like massive streaks. They really need to get serious on the Australian rejects and finish this match.
Oh, Gachi.
Oh, he's on
jumping
Morphling?
on top of Morphling. Morphling's just gonna waveform away.
Copying it and then sending it back right back at them.
They're feeling themselves and they're getting a bit cheeky. I just saw Raccoon use his charge to try and make it to the Wisdom Rune before the...
A bit more patient with these disruptions. He's just
I
getting
think so.
slightly the wrong hero.
I think
it's
also,
costing him
as a Shadow Demon player, I can tell you that all too often you want to use that disruption offensive.
Right. But yeah, it's super exciting.
I'm worried though, because part of the reason that this Sand King is like seeing play once again after such a long period of just being in the... That's very exciting for me. I'm pretty stoked to see you in a
they're still discussing on Radiant. I think they're still discussing what they're going to do here. Only winching is like obviously winching Aya was guaranteed. Although the one placed by Tiny is less likely to get clipped by a sentry. That goes for the high grounds.
Double damage top, and Hancho is heading for it.
Very meta ward. Because it just makes some spells absolutely busted. Like imagine having a toss that does its damage and like a 700 AoE, and then Rubik just has that. For some reason,
I had a player in my stack today telling me about a Rubik that had, I think he said rot.
Illusion Heroes, insane.
I love a good Dota name, a good like playful Dota name, like Noseholder. Last night I had the pleasure of being able to shoutcast Tasmania.
Pit and Slaughter Gang took second pick. Slaughter Gang and second pick Dire again. So again, this should favor the AU rejects for their drafting phase. First ban on the...
Well, you've got Bear Blink, the Zeus as well. They need to be very careful about how they defend this high ground.
The only way I can see them actually defending is if this Tiny is somehow able to... actual defensive item now, so it's going to get a lot harder to kill him after that, you know?
No, but I will say,
the travels to farm efficiently.
Dire had some really, really good vision in this early game. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was scouting...
And drop a Sandstorm with Axe. That's all he has to do. Speaking of the lanes, I think there might be a bit of action in mid this game.
You're gonna see some saves coming out from Shadow Demon if he's in the right place. Yep. So Axe Core goes off, Disruption comes out, and all of a sudden, AU Rejects just has to stand there and wait for that.
Took the game and ran away with it.
I mean,
absolutely insane.
Yeah, and we saw end of the game there. I mean, he opens up the high ground with that phenomenal blink and catches 3 heroes, and then he does. Shows going in, but he's caught immediately underneath that axe from the Zeus, but they do get the toss onto the Zeus, but not the toss back. Okay, so he's just going to slip away.
He took so much damage.
Oh, did I just see a Moon Cow charge again? I did see it.
Did you see it?
I did not see it as well. I was looking a bit at that Tiny, and the Morphling is feeding
for the second time.
Feeding kills to Gabala. Back into the tower. She gets the scatter shot off so that she can sort of slip away there, but she still is very low, and Rubik has a fair bit of right-click damage. Down goes Gabala to the Rubik's. Rambe on this Spirit Breaker. Just unbelievable performance. It just felt like it was everywhere. 63 Culling Blade stacks. Or Code of Blood,
It's
I think
a lot,
it's called
yeah.
now. Another huge Mars ult, and that IO is just gone. Down goes Gabala as well. Troll on the edge, wants to go in on the Tiny, but Tiny gets the blink off. Now that Troll ult is down, he is still forced to just run at that. Especially after that first game where they just get stomped out of existence. To see them just come back with such ferocity and annihilate, like, just annihilate this Dire team. Like, what could the...
Just ends them out of the game.
That has to have been a meme, right? Like, they gotta be memeing.
No way.
Stone. It's just like playing old Sand King. Your Sandstorm just becomes so big, so it is being picked a little bit more, at least in the pro scene at the moment. But that's so much to keep its pos 1 alive in lane, keep the pos 4 busy, so I'd prefer to see it as a 5, especially if there's a Venji in the game. Now this Ursa has also shot up in the meta at the moment, right? He just gives him the stun
Good
and
Burrow
gets on out of
Strike.
there.
Good Burrow Strike. Again, the Shadow Demon is just following the Axe around as the Axe trying to backlane. To no avail, honestly. He's not getting a... Ironically, the Dagon's doing so much work.
Now. Holy, does he actually get dunk stacks off of the Vengeful? He does. I don't know.
think he did.
He didn't? Hammer on top of that! That crab can go nowhere. It is absolutely gone. Oh! The Shadow Demon gets out just in time there. They drop the Lightning Bolt. Meanwhile,
Tiny not so lucky. What is going on?
Bottom, Tiny gets killed.
Picking bottom. They got the Ursa in position.
I think Johnny feels that something is coming this time and does have the stun.
Yeah.
Throws the stun onto this Moo Cow, but that means that bear is free to just jump on you. Gets the swap, tries to swap the cow in. But 27 is still really fast for this this division, especially when you think you can find a way in. But I just don't think that Necro was ever going to...
Getting bans. We got Johnny Sins, the pos 3 for Slaughter Gang. Second best Axe player in the entire server. Got to give him credit.
Nice,
Frankie,
I love Axe.
Honestly, Frankie just plays whatever. You just have a support cast a spell on them to save them. With Bloodsport, it completely breaks the vision. So we should get a little visual indicator up the top on our screen with like a eye with a cross through it, showing fighting and fighting off screen is what I mean. And it just keeps happening every time.
Hey, shard up on Shadow Demon. One of the better shards in the game.
Cross and killed him if the Ire wasn't in the way, but they really didn't want to break on the Ire, of course. 600
gold off the Radiance, so you know,
yeah.
on the Necro. So might be looking at that 15-minute timing, maybe even earlier. If he this troll, he's gonna bump into Snap if she's not careful. No, yeah, Battle Fury on Troll. He's got his Blade of Alacrity. How do you like these timings? Do you think he's having an aura?
There's not really too much you can do melee into ranged, and being so mana sensitive that the EMP just screws him over, unfortunately.
So do we... oh, hang on. Troll taking a bit of damage there. Oh, looks like a Bala is thrown...
Seems that Winching might just be sacrificial lamb here. They want to get the Necro with the smoke, but Winching just dewards. Yeah, I think he protected Gachi there. They would have just run straight across.
Decides to take the Shadow's Servant. Doesn't go with Promulgate. Probably undervalues it like most players, but Shadow's